Well, I believe last time we made our way into the mountains at Willis's request. Met some gypsies along the way that were complaining a little bit about some of their foresight type magic not being as accurate or dependable as usual. We were also told about a druid that had disappeared and not returned for a couple of weeks, who turned out to be actually the werewolf that we were fighting. She was under some sort of a shapeshift curse or something, we don't know exactly. On account of a pendant she was wearing, Ezralay, I believe is her name. Since then, we returned to her grove. She told us about a mysterious woman that may have been accountable for some of the corruption spreading in Ezralay's grove, and we are heading back after determining that the wolves having started to gone feral a little bit, as well as Ezralay's transformation was probably responsible for some of the damages that we were also sent out to investigate.
Excellent. Have inspiration.
I am inspired.
Yes. So as we start, it is early morning. You've all woken up in the Dread Grove. As both Ezralay and Kana seems eager to set off. Can I get what would this be? Nature checks from anyone who feels like they're naturey and stuff this morning.
Who feels like they're naturey, or
like anyone can roll. This is an open roll. I'm inviting.
Okay, I was like,
Yeah, sure, why not?
We don't have a druid, so there's no one who's like.
Not super naturey. Yeah, there we go.
We lack a druid or a ranger, so the forest confuses us.
Kestrel, it's foresty.
The outside.
Zane, yeah, it's pretty foresty. Jen, you noticed that while the Druid Grove previously felt very oppressive, you felt very unwelcome. Now it seems lighter and brighter somehow.
okay. And we're just waking up?
Yes. You've all woken up. HP and spell slots restored. We should journey back to Whitestone swiftly. The council and Willis would need to be informed about this, says Kana.
Okay.
Yes, we should. The more time we waste here, the less it will give us. Never mind. Lionel seems a bit perturbed, but anyway.
Ezralay will guide you out of the Druid Grove, and as you're walking, you all definitely like. Whereas previously, these woods seemed kind of scary, actually. Now they seemed much happier.
Does it feel like
Not
a curse has
forbidden.
been lifted?
It definitely feels like something that was. It's not gone. It's still there, but it feels a lot lighter. Like if you've at least stopped it, maybe pushed it back some.
Because we restored the rightful guardian. I mean, and a druid walks among us.
Yeah, that seems like a logical assumption.
Maybe it's because we killed those
Excellent.
5 wolves.
That might be it.
A blood sacrifice to the forest. That's a
As you're
nice music.
walking, yeah, see, you get nicer music when there aren't wolves and shit in the forest. As you're walking, you can tell that Kana and Azrael are talking quite intensely amongst one another. And they both seem to be throwing glances back towards the rest of the group.
How far ahead are
In
they?
general?
Anyone in particular?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask.
No, in periods it's more intensely directed towards one person, but they seem to be discussing all of you.
Are they kvetching?
Maybe, you're not
What
sure.
language?
They're mainly facing forward, so they're not facing you as they're talking, but you know,
But what language?
they are talking?
Yeah.
They're talking in common.
Oh,
Are
well,
you trying
not
to
that
listen
one would.
in?
No, that's your job.
I'm not good at it.
Well, if you were just not actively trying to listen in, then you wouldn't really be able to follow the conversation.
You said they were, at times it seemed like they were referring to one person. Can we tell who?
It's
Or do
all
you
of
mean just at particular
in turn.
times they would?
Yeah, it's all of you
Okay.
in turn. They seem to be discussing all of you.
Okay.
But there's definitely a lot of glances at Kira, to the point where she probably feels a bit uncomfortable with the attention.
I'm gonna kind of walk closer to Lionel. He's tall. I kind of feel like hiding a little bit, but not obviously. It's just I'm kind of,
I
I don't want to make it obvious that I'm uncomfortable, but I'm a little uncomfortable.
Do I notice? Does your body language? Can I roll insight? I guess.
Sure.
I do notice.
It's quite noticeable. And as you're walking, you also notice that Kana, she tends to speak with her hands quite a lot, whereas Azrael is much more subdued. It might be an after effect after, being taken over by a senseless beast.
Okay.
The day passes pretty quietly. You don't run into any major trouble. Azrael steers you guys clear of anything.
The Tarask.
Yeah, she steers you clear of the Tarask. And you eventually make it to the little hut where you spent your second night. So you're making very good time.
By the way, I'm racking my brain the whole time trying to figure out if Ezreal is familiar to me in any way, as somebody I might have stolen something from in the past. So I'm just, I'm just quietly thinking about that, trying to figure out why would they be why I get this feeling that they're talking about me, and do I feel like I'm in, are they dragging me to jail or some crap for something I did?
Roll me an insight.
Okay. Well, that's nice. I have a -1. I'm surprised.
You get a sense that it's what they're saying is it's more like questioning rather than accusatory.
Okay.
And as you all make it to this tiny wood cabin that you spent your second night in, it seems Ezreal knows some shortcuts around these parts. Kana will divide out rations, and she will sit all of you down at the table. When we return to the guild, I will have to make a report to Willis about your